Usually with identity theft, we're concerned with somehow private information that's related to our credit score, our finances, has been in some way stolen, used by somebody else fraudulently to either charge to a previously established credit source, deduct money from a checking account that's already been active and has money in it, or in some way go and apply for new credit under a person's identity for nefarious purposes. I would think with a college student, they wouldn't necessarily be a direct target, more like a target of opportunity. The reason why a college student probably isn't going to be a go after target for the bad guys is because they usually don't have established credit. We're talking with individuals who've had less than 3 years of checking account, credit cards, student loans, so banking institutions are less likely to open up new lines of credit for them. But for targets of opportunity, absolutely. When you're talking about a school, university, several hundred computers easily used by several thousand students running out-of-date software. So when the computer gets hacked, you've got many different individuals who potentially would be entering in their passwords on these computers. So it then allows a hacker to go after many people of opportunity through that compromised computer. So identity theft on the internet is kind of done through different ways. Phishing, so a individuals receive spam. They click on that spam link and it takes them to a website that says, hey, I'm your bank. Please input your information. I really want to get in touch with you. I think there's something going on with your bank account. There's also websites that will compromise the computer in the background. So the user clicks on a link, they go to a web page, it just looks white. It flashes a couple times and then all of a sudden they're at Google or they're at Amazon. And with those websites, it's primarily a hacking kit. It's a website that was specifically put together, exploit kits, so then the browser gets compromised, hacked. Then the computer downloads a Trojan or a rootkit, some sort of software that runs on the computer in the background. And then as the user, the student, goes to their various websites, their banking website, their cell phone website, and enters in their passwords, the viruses are keylogging their usernames and passwords, and then that information is sent back to the hacker, and that's used to compromise their identity. Normally speaking, our browsers are smart enough to tell us when the website is safe to use through a couple different features. One is going to be usually in the address bar. The first part of the address will start with HTTP. When it's safe and secure, it'll say HTTPS, and it'll usually be green. When it says HTTPS and it's red, it means there's something wrong with that website. It may be communicating securely, but the certificate that's used to validate that website has been compromised somehow. Other features on a web browser will be a lock symbol in the address bar or in the bottom status bar saying that this website is communicating securely. Identity theft can ruin your credit score easily for 7 to 10 years. It's a process by which you have to actually communicate with the credit agencies, with your banking institutions, the places that these hackers or thieves used your identity, and you have to go through the process of telling them, no, it was not me, no, I did not receive your product, and filling out a lot of paperwork. Sometimes you actually have to call a lawyer and get a lawyer involved to clear up your credit score. So I have several things of advice that I would recommend everybody do, not just students, but family members, business institutions. They need to create better password habits. One way with protecting yourself on the internet is to use a unique password for every single website you go to. It sounds complex and hard to remember all those passwords, so what I recommend is you get a password safe, an application which stores all of those unique pairings of username and passwords to all the websites that you visit on a frequent basis. The password safe itself has one long password that you use to open it. the encryption that's storing all of the other usernames and passwords. And then each one of the websites you go to, you could click within that application and it'll open up your browser for you and automatically log in for you. But normally copy and paste your username and password over also works. Then another couple features that you should do to prevent exploit kits from hacking your web browser would be to install plugins and extensions that prevent Flash, Java, and JavaScript from automatically loading in the background. This is going to make your web pages look ugly, and until you customize the settings, a lot of websites aren't going to work. But for the most part, you're going to be protected from those spam, phishing, and remote redirections that hackers use on many popular websites to compromise your web page, your web browser, and your computer in general, preventing the keyloggers from getting installed. And then if the keyloggers still compromise your computer, having a unique password for every website will protect you. So then if, say, the hacker compromises your Facebook page, he can't use your Facebook password to log into your bank account. So a password safe is pretty easy to get a hold of. If you do a Google search for Windows password safes, Mac password safes, Linux password safes, you can find various free ones and paid ones. A couple of the ones that are on the top of my head right now would be LastPass. They're very good. They're web-based, so you can use any web browser, any computer operating system to use. Others would be KeePass, spelled K-E-E, pass, and then 1Password, the number 1 and password. So those various applications are password safes. They all use strong encryption, long password to log into it, to secure all of your various usernames and passwords.